Giraffes Can't Dance. Story by Giles Andre, illustrated by Parker-Rees. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. But Gerald was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at his knees. Ouch. Now, every year where he lived in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, Gerald was really very bad. Look at all of the animals. Boy, I bet that's going to be a fun jungle dance. Well, the dance started, and the warthogs, they were waltzing, and the rhinos, they rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. Wow, the lions. And then the chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel. Nice. And 8 baboons then all teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Everybody's doing their own unique dances. Ooh, looks like it's Gerald's time. So now Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor. But the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," the animals all sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird." Poor Gerald. So what did he do? Well, after he heard that, Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." So poor Gerald crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. Gerald had never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed the cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on. "But sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." Where's the little cricket? There he is. The cricket said, "Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to." Looks like Gerald's concentrating on what the cricket's saying. With that, the cricket smiled and he picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing around. Gerald's feeling it. He's getting in tune with all the things the cricket said for him to. And then Gerald threw his legs out sideways, and he swung from everywhere. He did a backward somersault, and he leapt up into the air. Whoa, that's a happy face. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. "I'm dancing. Yes, I'm dancing. I'm dancing," Gerald cried. Good for Gerald. Then, one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." What an audience. Everybody's lined up to watch all the moves of Gerald. "How did you learn to dance like that?" they said. "Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twirled around and then he finished with a bow. Oh, look, they're throwing flowers at him after he bowed to show how much they enjoyed it. What a performance, Gerald. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." That's a great book. Nice job, Gerald.